Curious about voting?
Stay on 702.
So 27th of April 1994, I was 25 years old and I was at 702. We were really getting prepared to cover the elections that day, and the day started off with actually a bomb blast. It was then known Jan Smuts International, now known as OR Tambo. I remember going to the airport very early in the morning after this bomb blast happened, and it was the right wing trying to derail the elections. At the time I was one of the reporters up in the chopper. I was a traffic reporter, and it was quite a traumatic period for South Africa. You know, leading up to the elections, there were all sorts of things happening leading up to the elections, you know, people being hacked in trains, etc., etc. But the actual election day, despite all of the things that happened, the election day went relatively smoothly, and it was quite an emotional day, you know, just being up there, just watching things down from above the sky, watching people voting for the very first time in South Africa's first democratic elections. And you'll remember there was one famous photograph of this long queue snaking around in Soweto. That queue must have been over 2 kilometers long from my recollection. And I remember that photograph was taken in the 702 chopper at the time. The photographer was Dennis Farrell from the Associated Press. And of course, that photograph has become world famous and synonymous with South Africa's first democratic election. No, absolutely, I did vote. After what this country had been through, to be part of that first democratic election, I remember that ballot paper and how many different names were on that ballot paper. We had parties like the soccer party. I mean, there were so many different political parties. But it was certainly quite an emotional day and a very special day that will, you know, live in my memory forever. Well, we've been through such interesting times, from the euphoria of 1994 to where we are today. And there's, you know, anybody that says South Africa is not in a troubled place today is clearly living in another galaxy. So my hope for South Africa is that together, South Africans, we can rebuild this beautiful country that we live in. South Africa is a beautiful place. Let's do this together.
Stay informed ahead of the elections.
Stay on 702.